It is known that the Arabs inhabited the deserts, and they were usually moved from one place to another based on the availability of water and grass in search of life for them and their livestock. And among them was a man who had an old mother who was alone, and his mother. Most of the time, she lost her memory and raved with words that belittled her son in front of his people because she was afraid of his departure from her. And all this made him upset with her, and from being where she was. When they wanted to move, as usual, the man asked his wife to leave his mother in her place and told her that she would not go with them, and also asked her to leave food and water next to her until someone came to take her and rid them of her or die. His wife's reaction was strange when she said to him, "I will, my dear husband. You have what you want." After dawn, all the people traveled, so the wife left her husband's mother, but she also did another strange thing. She left their only son with his grandmother, and left food and water next to them, and her child had a special place in his father's heart. Whenever he finished his job and tasks and returned home, the first thing he did was to bring this child to caress and caress him. During the journey of the man and his wife with his people, and when it was midday, the people sat down to rest from the trouble of the road, and each family sat with its members. As usual, the husband asked his son to play with him. His wife said to him, "You left him with your mother. We do not want him." He shouted at her, angry, and asked her, "Why did you leave the child? And I did not ask you to do so." His wife said to him, "Take her advice from me, your son. This is the one who will throw you into the desert as I did with your mother." The sentence fell on his heart like a thunderbolt. Then he realized the extent of the grave mistake he had made against his mother. So he saddled his horse and hurried in the hope that his mother and son would be relieved of the ferocious sevens. It was customary for the sevens, wolves and crushing monsters, to come down in the place of the Arabs after their departure to check their whereabouts and eat what the people had left of the rest of the food or the carrion of livestock and the like. When he arrived, his mother found that he had attached to his son's chest and only his head came out to breathe, and the monsters surrounded them from everywhere, and she collected pebbles from her side and threw monsters at them, screaming, saying, "Stay away from him. He is the son of my son, and I will not allow you to hurt him, no matter what it costs to me." Immediately, the man showed his weapon and killed a number of wolves, and the rest fled from fear. He bowed and kissed his mother's head, carried her on his horse with her and his son, and returned her to the people. From that day on, he became righteous to his mother, giving her order in everything and affecting anyone. If they wanted to travel, his mother was the first to put her on his camel and walk behind her with his horse. And his wife's love increased with his heart after she gave him a harsh lesson instead of his whole life for the better.